Well, hello, Amanda.
Hello, hello there.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm here. I'm here. So when I asked you and was telling you about this case, had you ever heard of Martha Moxley?
Oh yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard about it
You
several
know what's
times through the
crazy?
years.
There are so many people that haven't heard about it, and you cannot find a whole lot of channel creators that cover Martha Moxley, and I don't know why that is.
No, it was hard to find anything.
Yes. Yeah, there wasn't very many people that have covered Martha, and I don't understand that. Probably it hits home because I have girls, that are 17 and 18, X amount of words. She knows this case. I know I was talking to Gladys, and Gladys knows. Don't quote me, but one of the housekeepers, either I think of either it was Martha's or the Skagels. And I'm going to have to ask her about that to make sure. But I know she knows either the housekeeper or the housekeeper's relation. Anyways,
Okay.
I wanted so badly to do this last night on her 48th anniversary. Um, the death of just sad. But we didn't get it done, so we're here tonight. I mean, what better can we do something in memory of Martha on Halloween? You know what I mean? Since I don't have young kids
Yeah.
anymore, and trick or treat night was Friday night here, so yeah. Anyways, we'll get into it. Martha Moxley, her and her family actually lived in California up until a year prior. She was born on August 16th of 62. She was born to David and Dorothy Moxley. She actually had an older brother, David. And still today, David and Dorothy they're still alive. Well, I shouldn't say I don't know about Dorothy, but I know David is. Uh,
What,
he,
the son?
yes, Martha's brother.
Okay. Uh
Yeah,
huh.
he actually did an interview not too long ago. But anyways, after they moved from California to Greenwich, Connecticut, a month after they got there, Martha was actually voted best personality. So you could just imagine what type of person she was and how fun she was to be around. I don't know. Her little
Well,
blonde
yeah.
hair, and I'm going to bring some pictures up of her just to kind of show a slide of, I mean, look at her. She's just beautiful.
Yes.
Uh, Dorothy was saying she had the perfect little girly figure, and she was very confident. And you don't see
Mhm.
a lot of that anymore these days. Kids her age, confident. Anyways, they lived in the suburbs. It's called Bellhaven, and it was actually the richest community at the time. I mean, you didn't have it was the safest and richest community at the time. I mean, we're talking no one of the police officers said that they had dealt with drownings and suicide, but never a murder. So yeah, it's
Yes.
kind of
And
sad.
they had security guard gates and everything
Yes,
there.
yes, yes. I mean, it was very, very safe. Um, anyways, right across, like not too far from where the Moxleys lived, there was a family called the Skagels. Of course, hold on, Amanda. My daughter's calling me. I better answer her. Hold
Okay.
on.
Okay.
Okay, she was just telling me she's on her way home from work, so I always
Okay.
tell her to call me when she leaves, so you know how it is. Anyways,
Mhm.
Rushton Skakel, he was actually he ran, it's called Great Lakes Carbon, and he was always traveling, and he had 7 kids, 7 of them. I've got a picture of Rushton and his 7 kids, I believe. Well, I thought I did. I'm not very, I don't know why I didn't get that one. I don't understand why it didn't. Anyways, she was friends with, and in the past summer of all of this, she had actually became friends with Tommy Skakel and Micheal Skakel. Tommy was 17 and Micheal was 15. And I think there was, what did you think? I think she had maybe a while before, prior to this, she may have had a little crush on Tommy. And
Yeah.
well, Micheal had a crush on her, but they were both little asses, the way I understood, reading her diary. And I did bring up, I have some of her diary that we're going to read later on, because I think that tells a lot, don't you?
Yeah, I haven't saw it, so that's great.
Oh, you haven't seen
I
the
haven't saw
diary?
her diary. Mm-mm.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to bring that up and we'll just go from there. I'm going to get this picture up real quick so I can show you guys how many kids there was. I think there was only one daughter, and I think her name was Julie.
Yeah, and let's not forget they were related to the Kennedys.
Well, I'm getting there. Yeah, well, by marriage, they was related to the Kennedys. What was it?
Yeah.
Rushton's sister, I believe her name was Ethel, was married to Robert
Robbie.
Kennedy,
Yeah.
which was President Kennedy's brother, something like that. Did I get
Yeah.
that right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Let me get this picture up here because this is something I want to show you guys. And I don't understand why they pushed around. Yeah, there's Julie. Why they pushed the fact that they were related to the Kennedys so much, because at this time, Rushton actually had more money than the Kennedys. I think it was the Kennedy name. They like
Yeah.
to throw that around.
Mhm.
The way I understood it. Okay, we got comments. I need to watch. Hey, Broken Justice. Hey, Punksy. Have you guys heard of the that's fine, Punksy. I know Punksy, I've talked to you about the Martha Moxley and Broken Justice. I've talked to her X amount, says she knows about it. Anyways, yeah, we're going to get into the old Kennedy family tradition. So on October 30th, 1975, they had what you call a mischief night. And kids would go out and TP houses, and it's kind of like what we do now, homecoming night, but we don't do eggs or shaving cream, but they would, egg houses, egg cars, shaving cream, TP. I seen it where they even saran wrapped people's vehicles sometimes. So they had what you call mischief night, and everybody knew about it. And Martha was actually grounded because the weekend before she didn't get home on time. And she begged her mom because, of course, her dad was out of town at work. And her mom told her, no, you're not going. And, I'm sure she probably stomped her feet and said, I'm just going to kill myself, blah, blah, blah. I want to go. And her mom let her go. But she told her she has to be home by 10 p.m. Any later, there was going to be consequences to pay. And so this was like 6:30 or 7. She left the house. And this is where it gets, okay. She was with the Skakels. For sure at 9:30. 2 different people seen her with Tommy Skakel. Now, if I'm wrong, Amanda, make sure you are correcting me.
I will. If I know, I will.
Sitting in a car, and the two brothers said, you guys all have to get out of the car, because Martha was sitting in the front seat. Tommy was in the driver's seat. Hey, Ginger, thank you for being here. No, it's fine. I understand. With little kids, you have to trick or treat. She was sitting in this car with Tommy in the driver's seat. It was Martha and then Michael. And Tommy kept putting his hand on her thigh or her knee, whatever it was. And she pushed him away and said, stop. And he did it again. And she said, stop. Well, then some of the cousins were there. So the 2 brothers says, you guys need to get out because we have to take these guys home. And this is where it gets, we don't know. Tommy says that he left her, she was going to go home or whatever. He had to go home and do a paper on Abraham Lincoln. So he went upstairs to go do this paper. Well, there was no paper. No assignment was given about Abraham Lincoln. So that was a lie.
You should confirm that.
That was a lie. Well, then, so they 9:30 after, they don't know what happened. There's a 7-hour period of when she could have gotten killed, but she was literally bludgeoned to death. Her mom couldn't, she didn't come home. 10:30, she was calling her friends. Nope, haven't seen her. Last I seen her was 9:30. She was at the Skagels talking to Tommy. Called another friend. Haven't seen her. So when she found out she was talking to the Skagels, Dorothy went over to talk to see if Tommy or Michael knew where they were. Well, the sister Julie answered the door, and Julie's like, I haven't seen her. Let me go and see if my brother. Well, Tommy said that he was asleep. He hadn't seen her since the night before. He don't know where he is. And Michael was asleep, so she didn't ask. Well, finally, it was they searched all night long till 10:30 or 11:30 the next day. And one of the friends that she had contacted the night before was walking over and was walking through the yard, and they found her laying in the back, like on the side in the back of the house underneath of a tree with her pants and undies pulled down below her knees. But there was no SA, none. They checked for that. And she had been hit at least 12 times with a golf club. And where they drug her, and an hour, they said within an hour of her passing away, they drug her, the murderer drug her, took the shaft of the golf club and stuck it in through her neck, and then finished dragging her underneath the tree. How gross is that?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you. Here's the shaft of it. And like right here is where the club part would be. And they found the golf club head on the opposite side. And here's the tree. This is where they had her wrapped in a white sheet, where her body was not all the way under the tree, but it was where they get. And then here's where they drug her. You could see the drag marks of whoever it was that drug her.
Wow.
I've got my suspicions of who it was, and we're going to get into that. There's the other piece. I mean, it tore this golf club apart. That's how hard they hit this little girl.
Yeah.
It's right there's the. Do I need to bring these up more, Amanda?
I don't think so.
Okay. All righty. And I wanted to bring this up. Okay, this is the Martha's house. Here's the Skakel house. This is the Skakel swimming pool. This is where she was first attacked. So literally right by her house, because here's her house. This is the first attack. And then where she bled to death was right here. And then they drug her from right here to right here. Do I need to bring that up further, Amanda?
Yeah, yeah, maybe a little bit.
Okay, I'm going to bring it up closer so you guys can see this. Okay, so we've got Martha's house right here. Skakel's house. There's the swimming pool of the Skakels. Here is where she was first attacked. Right there. Then they moved her here an hour later, and they ended up pushing the shaft of the golf club into her neck. They took her from that place and drug her all the way over here and put her underneath the pine tree. I mean, why would they do that?
Who knows?
They were really upset with her.
What I'd say is that, you know, one of them or both of them had made sexual advances towards her, and she said no. That's what my thought is.
Yeah.
And maybe they planned to sexually assault her, but then it just got out of hand. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
When Tommy lied about the Abraham Lincoln paper being due the next day, of course, that, you know, all eyes was on Tommy. And his dad, Rushton, actually ended up hiring a PI. And this is when the PI found out it couldn't have been Tommy, but all eyes was pointed to Micheal Skakel. And I'm going to bring up some pictures of them too. There's Micheal. Yeah, they were nice looking kids, and she, according to her diary, you know, she liked them, but they were asses to her. Anyways, because Rushton was out of town working, he hired Ken Littleton. This guy here was actually a teacher, and he hired this guy to be a live-in babysitter for the Skakels. And he was to watch them and tutor them. He was there one night, and that one night, the next night was the night that Martha got murdered. And he was looked upon a lot, but they found out he wasn't involved in it. Well, none of they did not, I mean, it went from 1975 to 2002. And in 2002, they finally arrested Michael. And I'm going to play, I'm going to let you guys hear Martha's, Martha's mom. I just want you guys to listen to her. Wait a minute. Okay.
Moxley's mother is here, but first, a look back. This is Belle Haven, a private community full of large homes, well-tended lawns, and wealthy homeowners. Crime seems unlikely here, and murder even more so. But on October 30th, 1975, a beautiful 15-year-old girl was bludgeoned to death. Former Greenwich Police Detective Stephen Carroll got the call.
We knew it was a girl because her jeans and her panties had been pulled down below her knees. And the head, her hair was just red with blood, soaked with blood.
Martha Moxley had been brutally beaten with a golf club, then stabbed through the neck with a broken club shaft. Her lifeless body lay next to a tree, not far from where her mother, Dorothy, had been anxiously waiting for her daughter to come home. In the days after the murder, the investigation focused on 17-year-old Tommy Skakel. Tommy was the son of Rushton Skakel, who is Ethel Kennedy's brother, and Tommy had been with Martha the night of the murder, along with a group of friends that included his younger brother, Micheal Skakel.
It was fairly obvious to us that this was a jealous attack, definitely had sexual connotations, and it was probably Tommy.
Even though police found a set of golf clubs in the Skakel house that matched the murder weapon, they never had enough evidence for an arrest, leading to criticism of the police handling of the investigation. And Carroll now says they could have done more.
I probably was intimidated by the power and the money there, because we knew who they were. We knew the relationship between the Skakels and the Kennedys.
And so the case lay dormant for years, but the story did not. Timothy Dumas lived in Greenwich at the time Martha was murdered and wrote a book about the case.
It's a wound for the whole community, and it's a wound that I think Greenwich still suffers with today. Even when people weren't talking about this case, it was a presence. People knew about it, and they did bring it up privately.
Perhaps that's why Rushton Skakel eventually hired private investigators. He hoped to get enough evidence to finally clear his son's name. In 1975, Tommy told police he was with Martha, but went home to complete a book report and never saw her again. 15 years later, when the private investigators hired by his father asked Tommy about that night, he changed his story.
Tommy says that, yes, he did go in the house at 9:30, but he returned outside for this 20-minute, prearranged 20-minute sexual interlude with Martha at the edge of the property.
And Michael said for the first time he had been there too, after giving his cousin a ride home.
Michael said that, yes, he did take Jim Terrian home with his brothers, but came back at about 11:15. And he went over to Martha's house, climbed a tree near the house, and was throwing pebbles at the window trying to get her attention while he's masturbating in the tree.
Did you guys hear that? He climbed a tree and tried to get her attention and masturbated.
Why would both men change their stories? One theory is they were worried advancements in crime-solving techniques like DNA testing might turn up some evidence to link them to the crime. Meanwhile, the private investigators' report found its way to Mark Furman, a former detective known for his role in the O.J. Simpson case. Furman wrote a book that argued Micheal Skakel.
Where it talks to her mom.
His family has waited 25 years to find out.
And with me now is Dorothy Moxley, Martha Moxley's mother. Welcome.
Thank you, Emily.
What's your reaction to Micheal Skakel when he said that to you outside of court last week?
Well, I was very surprised that he would come up to me, and I remember thinking I have not any idea what to say, and so I think the best thing is not to say anything. My first thought was that this was planned. I don't know why, but then afterwards I thought, well, this is a typical Skakel kind of thing to do. His father would have done that type of thing. I mean, I just feel as though they're within their bounds all the time, and it doesn't make any difference what they do.
And it certainly got a fair amount of press afterwards.
Yes.
Do you, in your heart, believe that they've charged the right person with this crime?
I do. I really do.
And what has led you to that conclusion?
Well, the murder weapon
You got to understand this was in 2000. So Micheal Skakel was charged already.
came from the Skakel house. And that was the last place she was seen alive. After a few months, they stopped cooperating. And why would you stop cooperating if you didn't have something to hide? And then in recent, in the last few years, since about 1994, we have been able to talk to people who have gone to rehab centers with Micheal. And we found out more about his personality. And we've heard from, now I have not personally heard what these people have to say.
They allegedly told the grand jury that he confessed while he was at this Elon school in Maine.
I understand it's something like that. I'm not sure exactly
Now,
what.
will that be allowed, though? Do you understand that testimony will be allowed in court?
Yes,
Because he went ahead and went to court. He served 11 years. 11 years. He served from 2002 to 2013 until Kennedy came in and said that he deserved a new trial. And the first judge said, no, he does not. We're going to, he's going to stay where he is. And then they kept fighting it. And then a judge came in and said, he shouldn't even be in prison because there's not enough evidence, and let him walk free. So this family has not gotten any justice at all for little Martha. He served 11 years and walked free, and still today has walked free. Let's go over here to this one. This is Martha's friends that are talking.
46 years ago, Martha Moxley, a 15-year-old, was
And it's 48 now because this was 2 years ago.
murdered outside her upscale home in Greenwich, Connecticut. The case made national headlines, and Micheal Skakel, a cousin of the Kennedy family, was found guilty of killing her and spent more than 11 years behind bars. But in 2013, his conviction was overturned. Now, Moxley's childhood friends are speaking out for the very first time. They tell our Erin Moriarty what they think happened for this week's 48 Hours.
On Halloween in 1975 in Greenwich, Connecticut, 15-year-old Martha Moxley was found beaten to death with a golf club. Martha's childhood friends, Richard Burns and Tori Holland.
After she was murdered, everything had changed. You have no sense of peace. You've lost.
And I promise we're going to go over the diary. Amanda, are you still here? Amanda? Did she fell
At all.
off?
Martha was last seen with her neighbor, 17-year-old Tommy Skakel. The Skakels were cousins of the Kennedys. Tommy's Aunt Ethel Skakel had married Robert Kennedy in 1950. The Skakels were also one of the wealthiest families in the country.
Yeah, that's a famous family. They just had a lot more attitude about, they could do anything.
While Tommy was an early suspect, he had an alibi. Years went by. Martha's murder became a cold case. And then in 2002,
And 27 years after the crime,
Mr. Skakel, do you have anything to say?
Kennedy cousin
Look at him now.
Micheal Skakel convicted in the murder of Martha Moxley.
Tommy's younger brother, Micheal Skakel, was convicted for Martha's murder. Prosecutors concluded that Michael was jealous of his brother Tommy's budding romance with Martha.
Okay, guys, Amanda's backstage. Let me bring her back up. Are you there? Amanda, you're muted. Hold on. Oh, because I have this up. Hold on. Never mind. What the heck did I just do? Okay, there we go.
Martha. But shortly after Michael was convicted, Robert Kennedy Jr. told us his cousin had nothing to do with the murder.
I know Micheal Skakel, and I know he didn't commit the crime. The evidence is much stronger in suggesting that other people may have committed the crime.
Micheal Skakel spent almost 12 years in prison until his conviction was overturned on appeal. And Kennedy says evidence pointing to the real killers can be found in Martha Moxley's own diary.
Ooh, and Aaron Moriarty joins us now. Aaron, we just ended on the diary. What do we think is in this diary?
Well, I mean, we took a close look at this diary. Like all 15-year-olds, she kept track of all the guys that she would see. And investigators do believe that she knew her killer. So what Kennedy is talking about is this dance that she attended 3 weeks before she died. He claims that she met a stranger there who became obsessed with her, who then came back on mischief night and killed her.
I don't believe that one bit. None. I don't. I just don't believe it. What do you think, Amanda? Oh, never mind. Here she is. There you go. What do you think?
I keep getting kicked off.
I know. I was like, where'd you go now? I'm going to bring up the diary. Now you cannot, I could not find all the diaries of Martha's, but I got a few things of it. I'm going to have to bring it closer. Okay. Something about he doesn't see me and he likes to see my bright, shining smile. Whoa. Today I saw him after school and he said, I didn't see you all day. Are you avoiding me? I said, no. And he said, yes, you are. And I kept saying, no, I'm not. Finally, he said, I know, I'm just kidding. He's so nice. I spoke with Tina and Tori today and yesterday. I went over to Skakel's today with Jackie. We just goofed around on the skateboards, etc. Nothing special. September 19th. Dear Diary, today was nothing extra special at school. Tonight, Jackie and Allison, Helen, and I went down and played paddle tennis with Hope, Andrea, and Maureen. Then we came back, and I can't see that part. Tom, I don't know. Allison left, and it ended up with me, Jackie, Tom, Michael, John, David, and Peter Zeminski. Michael was so totally out of it that he was being a real asshole in his actions and words. He kept telling me that I was leading Tommy on when I don't know like him, when I don't like him except as a friend. I said, well, how about you and Jackie? You keep telling me that you don't like her and you're all over her. He doesn't understand that he can be nice to her without hanging all over her. Michael jumps to conclusions. I can't be friends with Tommy just because I talk to him. It doesn't mean I like him. And then can I hide this or not? I don't know. Yeah, I can't read any more of that because anyways, I want to bring up another one though. Hold on. I think there's one. Dear Diary, Allison came over for dinner and to stay for a while. Not much happened. We watched The Mummy for a while and gave her a Bacardi's and Tab, which is not half as good as the something Coke. As a matter of fact, it stunk. Adios. Oh, I got to stop sharing my screen there. Duh. Could you guys see that?
Somewhat.
What I had up there?
Yeah, somewhat.
Oh, okay. Broken's face is done. Broken Justice, her face done. Yeah, so they ended up finding her body because they looked all over through the night. Dorothy asked Michael around 10 o'clock, and Michael said no, he had not seen her. And there was an RV sitting out front, and she asked Michael if they could check it. Maybe she got in there and fell asleep. And I guess Michael was really helpful with her, very kind. They checked it out, nothing. And it was 12:30 is when Sheila found her friend Sheila. Oh boy. And the golf club, there was, everybody golfed. All rich people golf, I think. I myself cannot stand to golf. I can't watch golf. I just don't. Anyway, there was, it was a 6-iron that got her, and that was the one missing out of the Skakels. And, but I know the Kennedy, the lawyer, said that could have been anybody. If it was sitting in the garage, anybody could have picked it up. I don't know. In my honest opinion, why did Tommy lie and say that he went home to work on a paper that was due the following day when there was no paper due on Abraham Lincoln? In my honest opinion, I think Tommy and Michael done this together. What about you, Amanda?
That's a good thought. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, that's a real possibility that they're both guilty.
Yep. In my honest opinion, I think that's either that or Tommy's covering for Michael. What do you guys in the chat think? Yeah. Broken Justice, Ginger, X amount. What do you guys think? Hey, Mark. Punksy, I would ask you, but I know you're driving. Mark, you must like golf. Ooh, it's so freaking boring. Oh, I just can't. I'd rather be fishing or playing softball. Yeah, it's just not for me. Do you like to golf, Amanda?
Miniature golf, that's it.
I don't even, me too, Broken Justice. I think they did it together. And that was my conclusion 2 weeks ago when I started looking into this case and everything. Like I said, there's not a lot of true crime channel creators that cover this. I don't know if it's because a Kennedy thing. I don't know. But you would think there would be so many people that are into true crime covering Martha's case. I just don't understand. Yeah, I don't get it. You like fishing and softball also. Those are my favorite 2 things to do in the world. It is. Yeah, Cheryl's going live at, I think, right after me. I haven't even got my costume on, Cheryl. I didn't get home until later because I had to take my sister to Des Moines again. And by the time I got home and got everything around, I haven't even done anything. So I don't know if I'll come up with my costume or not, but I'll definitely be there with you. Amanda, do you got a costume? I've got a really cute costume too, but I don't want to put the makeup on and do all the work with it.
No, I don't have one that I want to wear.
Yeah. Yep. Broken says, got mine done. I don't have any of my decorations up. I don't have my dry ice done. For the smoke. I should have done it at 10 instead of I don't know, even know if I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'll drop the link. She wants to show her face. Okay, let's do this. Let me get the link dropped here. Hold on. Okay, let me see. My daughter. Okay, here it comes, Cheryl. I hope it's going to be you. I want to see your face because I've been peen bombed twice. It ain't funny, Amanda.
It's a little funny.
You left me that night. I was up here by myself. You could have saved me from that. Well, everybody in the chat was telling me, don't do it. Don't do it. And this person really said, I mean, I don't remember how it went down. Gosh, I was so dumb. I'm so naive. I know it. Let's wait for Cheryl. She wants to show her face. Heck, I don't even need a costume. You know? Oh my gosh, there's a freaking spider. I'm out in the garage. Oh gosh, sorry guys. Hold on.
Happy Halloween.
Oh gosh. Okay, there she is. Well, my gosh, look at you.
Oh, wow.
Can you see my dress?
Yes. You look
Nice.
good. How long did that take? How long did it take?
It took her like 3 hours.
Mark?
No, it took her about 2.
2 hours. I hate spiders, Mark. I don't know if you missed it, but a big old spider crawling up on the side of the garage wall. Jim's got to get sprayed because I can't do spiders.
Oh, wait a minute. I've got to I got to get my YouTube off.
You got a what?
My YouTube, I didn't close it.
Oh, okay.
Couple of hours.
Well, you look good.
Took a couple of, oh my God. I'm just like.
What are you?
I got a crown. I have a black crown too.
So what are you then?
Over there. I'm an evil queen.
Evil queen.
Spider queen.
Are those spider eyes or have I just got spiders?
Yeah, spider legs.
Okay, let's just not talk about spiders.
She don't like spiders. She's like you. My husband's like that too.
Well, maybe I'll do a whole spider on my face.
Do you see that you're wearing my shirt? He's wearing my pom-pom shirt. It has pom-pom and a bow on the front of it. It's a t-shirt. He just stuck a t-shirt on and it has a bow on it and pom-poms.
So did you go trick-or-treating like that?
No. My kids, it was taking me too long to get dressed, so they just went on.
Yeah.
I said,
Look at those eyes. My gosh.
And they do look pretty good, don't they? She did a pretty good job.
Did you do that yourself?
No, this girl, my neighbor, did it for me.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then we had to put like tape right here because this wouldn't stay up on my dress across here.
Oh my. So you taped it?
Yeah, so I just put that double-sided tape right here.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Joseph just brought me the tape and hair dye that I needed. It's too late. It's too late now.
Did you dye it?
No, just right here. Because
Oh.
see, this hairline goes all the way down here. My hairline's way down here.
Yeah.
So I just
yeah.
I didn't really go through the trouble of fixing it to make it look real. I just
You done a good job. It looks good. Looks really good, doesn't it, Amanda?
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. Looks.
I wanted to do a Halloween costume contest, but my goodness, it takes so much to get things ready.
Yeah. When I was younger, we used to go to the Halloween contests.
Go down Brandy's and grab it.
I'm
glad my nails are closed. We don't ever have no kids that come in here trick or treating either.
Well, we live out on a farm, so I guess I could stay and pass out candy at the store, but I don't know. I've done so many years of that, and
yeah.
This
case is that guy still in? I mean, that one guy went to prison, didn't he, for this?
Yeah, he's out. He got out in 2011 or 13.
Well, he didn't spend very much time in there, did he?
Not even 12, like 11 and a half years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he's walking. But I definitely, and the way Dorothy was talking about Rushton, they, all the Skakels just think that they own everything and can get away with anything. And that's exactly why they think that, because they can.
Because they do.
Yeah.
They do. Just look all the way back to Marilyn Monroe. I believe that they had something to do with that too, all of them.
I do too. I do too. I really do.
And then that one girl, remember the one girl that they ran off in a lake and she died?
Yeah, well, who was it, Amanda? And they thought maybe the Kennedys had something to do with that. Black Dahlia.
Black Dahlia?
Oh, really?
I seen that the Kennedys could have had some. Were they involved, the Kennedys, around at that time? Because wasn't she?
Oh, I've never heard of that.
A movie star or gonna be a movie star or something?
Yeah, trying to be. Yeah.
Yes, I'm telling you. Google it. Somebody did a video that they thought that the Kennedys might be involved in that. I don't know. I don't know. There's so many stories out there. You don't know what to believe.
Have my plug into my laptop.
Mark says you look good, Cheryl.
Thank you, Mark, because I can't see chat. I don't know what's wrong. Usually I can see it on my phone, but it's not doing it.
Yeah, I do better on my phone. I do better on my phone. So what do you think happened that night, Cheryl?
I don't know.
You are making me dizzy, girl.
I'm sorry. My phone, I'm on my phone. I can't keep it. Here, I can cut this off. I think they got upset with her. I mean, I think that they had it in them. He was climbing that tree anyway, and he admitted that he was climbing the tree for a while.
He climbed the tree to masturbate.
So I think that he had it. I think he had it in mind all along to rape her. And I think it got out of hand. It
was premeditated. They thought this was planned, and I believe it.
I think that it was like a planned rape, and I think it got out of hand.
So you think, okay, the motive would be sexual then?
Right. And I think that, I guess it's his cousin, the Kennedy. I think that he helped him do it.
No, the brothers.
Oh, they're brothers?
Yes, Michael and Tommy Skakel are brothers. The Kennedy didn't, he's a lawyer, and he's the one that got Michael out of prison.
Oh. Okay.
Now you're talking about the cousins. They weren't the Kennedys. It was the from the other side that they supposedly took home that night. You could be onto something there. Maybe they did that first, all of them, because why didn't they hear screaming? Somebody had to have held her down and held her mouth shut. So
they would have had to.
I never thought about that. What do you think about that theory, Amanda?
And
Amanda?
I can't.
I thought about
I wonder
that
why he
too.
didn't
I
tell
thought about
on them.
You mean
Did he try to? He just said that he was not guilty. He didn't try to tell on anyone.
No. Well, supposedly, while Michael was in different like group homes and stuff, he claimed in prisons and stuff that he admitted to it, but they don't believe that. He says he didn't. But I'm talking about the cousins that they left to take home. There was two of them. If it was Michael, Tommy, and the two cousins, that'd have been 4 people. I never thought about the cousins they were going to take home, not the Kennedys that later on in the years helped them get out of prison, but the other cousins.
Because I think that's why they killed her, is because it was all of them involved, and she would have ratted on all of them, and it would have ruined their families and everything.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's why they killed her, is because of her telling on them. But
why so many times? Why hit her at least 12 pounds or 12 times? One of those hits would have been enough to kill her. And then
angry. She did something to make him angry.
And then drag her and then put the shaft through her throat, her neck, and then drag her again to underneath the pine tree. Why?
I think that she did something to make him very angry and he couldn't control himself.
Yeah, their anger, they had anger problems. I mean, their mother died when they were young, and Rushton was never there. They didn't have a mom or a dad.
And he got, I don't know.
Amanda, you were saying something about Ken Littleton, which I didn't know this. I knew that they thought maybe him, but you said he committed suicide. How long ago? Because I didn't hear that.
I'll be right back.
When he did, but he, he took some polygraph tests and failed them.
The Ken did?
Yes.
Didn't he?
Yes.
The first one was inconclusive. The second one he passed, right?
I'm not sure. I thought he failed one or a couple or something, but it was like he knew what happened, and he kept it as a secret, and it was almost like why he committed suicide.
Maybe he was involved too. Maybe he was involved too.
He may have been, or he may have just known what the boys did,
or didn't want to say he was in charge of them. Maybe he knew what they did, and it would be looked upon badly if they did this under his care.
Right. Yeah. I'm not sure, but I mean, he definitely lived with something that bothered him a lot to commit suicide.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, Cheryl popped off. I agree. Just makes you sick. 48 years old, or 48 years ago. I was 3 years old. 3 years old when Martha Moxley was murdered. You wasn't even born.
Wasn't even born yet.
And I was talking to my mom and my sister on the way to Des Moines today, and they had never heard of this case. Never. Which they don't hear about anything because they're too busy.
Shocking, because I mean, I've heard about it several times over the years.
Yeah, but we're into true crime.
Certain things.
I didn't hear about it until I started watching true crime.
No,
okay.
I've known about it for years.
Let's flip the page a little bit, Amanda. Have you watched on the Delphi case at all?
I did in the beginning, but then there seemed to be no clues with it. and no, it was like it wasn't going anywhere, and the cops weren't giving any information.
Now you
You know,
know.
they were keeping everything under wraps.
Do you know that they arrested somebody, right? Richard Allen?
Yeah, you
Okay.
told me.
Yep, they arrested him. And I think, in my opinion, that is going to be one of many that are going to be arrested. And I think that it goes very deep. And I'm anxious to see how deep. I think that it's almost, I'm talking several people were involved in this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely possible.
Yep. And
You know, it sounds like they got Bridge Guy though.
Oh yeah, you can tell. They've done audio of Down the Hill Girls or Girls Down the Hill, whichever it was. And then him talking. I went to his wife's Facebook and listened to him talk. And then people have actually put it out on video comparing the voices. And it's definitely him, in my opinion, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like they're making some progress on that one.
Yep.
The only thing that bothered me with that is that the police would just not give any clues or anything.
I know.
You know?
I was working this morning before I could. I was listening to Lindsay. She was playing the officers talking about it, and they wasn't going to give anything. Nope.
Yeah.
They're not. They are not going to give anything to us right now.
Yeah.
Frustrating.
Oh yeah.
Very frustrating. Is there any other cases that's going on?
Nothing I know of.
Have they found the four men, the bikers? Did they find out who did that to them?
I haven't heard of that one.
There's just so many murders.
Okay, we're gonna do it on Mama Knows Best channel.
Doing what?
I'm gonna be on her panel instead of me going live.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I probably,
She's coming over here. I can't see chat, so can I see your phone, baby? I can't see chat right now, but she's coming over here.
She's coming over our chat.
Yeah, she's coming over here to be in this chat.
Oh, okay.
Ginger goes on her panel all the time.
Yeah.
You'll like her. She's real sweet.
Ginger is on there a lot.
She's funny. Do you hear that? How he slams that door? He knows that I'm on panel, and he makes all kinds of noise when I get on panel.
Well, usually my puppy wants out here with me. If I'm in the garage, I can be out here because I won't smoke in my house. So I go to the garage, and she wants out here with me. And then she wants back inside with Jim or Katie. And then she wants back out. And then she wants in. And oh, boy.
I'll show you something. You want to see something?
Sure.
Okay, I gotta turn my camera around. Can you see her?
What is it? I see your hubby.
Oh, you do?
Oh, look at the puppy.
Her little costume.
Oh, look at the puppy.
And the other one's in her costume. They got matching costumes.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if I could bring this up. I gotta show you guys the video I did
on my phone
today with me walking both the dogs again. I don't know where it would have. I don't even know how to. Oh, here it is. I'll bring this up and show, because one is just a little thing. Well, you've seen them, Amanda. And then that's my sister's. And then Gypsy, she just had surgery, 10 days ago, or 10 days ago, yeah. And so she's kind of going a little slow, but I'm going to bring this up. You guys wouldn't believe the people that stopped me. Okay.
Mine, they run around outside having to show theirs off.
Let me share my screen. See if you guys can see this here. Can you see it?
Yeah.
This one's Rita and that's Gypsy.
Oh, how
So
cute.
cute.
They're both red. What are
Yep.
they?
Cavapoos.
They're cute.
Gypsy's getting groomed on the 8th.
Okay.
So I'm walking around the hospital when my sister's in there having her MRI, and I have these 2 dogs walking all around the hospital. Oh my!
Oh, you did?
I did.
I wonder. That's so weird because your videos aren't coming up. Oh, there they are.
What do you mean my videos wasn't coming up?
On my husband's phone.
Oh.
That's so weird.
Broke your friend. Mama knows best. Said, Mama knows best said, love your Halloween costume.
Do you like it?
Good job on the makeup.
Thank you. My neighbor did my makeup.
It looks really good.
Her daughter is a professional. She was going to do it, but she had plans. She had something that she had to do. Okay. On my husband's phone, I pulled you up.
Pulled me up?
Okay. Yeah.
Why?
And his phone is so I can see chat. Oh, God. Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get so I can see the chat.
Okay.
And I pulled it up on my husband's phone. And it's
Your
oh my
echo.
God.
Yeah, your
echo.
Yeah, you've got both of them pulled up.
Okay. Now I can see chat now.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate man, I'm telling you, I'm sweating in this wig though.
Oh, I could not. Oh my goodness. If I get hot, I am like, I will freak out.
I'm fixing to turn the air conditioner back on because
I had the air conditioner all the way back from Des Moines because I had Gypsy on my lap trying to drive, Reba sitting on the thing, and then my mom in the other seat, my sister in the back, and I had a sweatshirt on, and it was like 56 degrees, and I was so hot. I turned the air on. I froze my mom out.
Hey, Allison.
What?
I'm going to have to drop off because
I do
Ricky's
too,
getting ready to
Katie.
go to bed.
Yep, Katie just told me I have to run and get her some allergy medicine. She's out. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so y'all gonna come over to Mama's Knows Best?
Yeah, as soon as I get back, I got to go to town and get Zyrtec, or she's going to have an allergy attack.
Okay. What time are you gonna do it, Mama's Knows Best?
So Amanda, I will talk to you later, girl. You can call me later.
Bye, Amanda.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Cheryl, you message me and tell me what time.
I will. All right. Okay. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all being here.